episode about Kali Linux Basics Bulletin. I did not make a video on how to install Kali Linux. But since I didn't make that video, it feels like a shortcoming to me. So, I bring that video now. In this video I will show you how to install Kali Linux as a dual boot. We can run Kali Linux even on a virtual machine. But of the two methods, the one I feel most comfortable with is the dual boot method. However, the computer is not powerful enough to run a virtual box on my computer. That is another reason to install Kali Linux as a dual boot. If you have 4 GB RAM in your computer, it will be enough to dual boot Kali Linux and run it without any problems. Let's go to the video. First, we need to download what we need to install this Kali Linux. First, open the web browser and type www.kali.org and press enter. Then when you click on the download button below on that website, it will move to a place like this. It has two parts, bare metal and virtual machines. Clicking on the bare metal section automatically scrolls to the bottom of the website. Scroll down a bit more. Download the recommended installer ISO file to your system as 64-bit or 32-bit via torrent or direct. Open a new tab in the web browser again and type Rufus and press enter. Then go to the first result. Often this result comes first. Then go to that website and scroll down and download the Rufus setup. Now we have downloaded what we need to install Kali Linux. Now we need to set up a bootable drive to install Kali Linux. First, insert an 8 GB or larger flash drive into the computer. Then run the Rufus setup. The software then detects the flash drive you inserted. Then click on the select button and select the Kali Linux ISO file that you downloaded. Do not make any changes in the settings. If you want, change the label on the flash drive and click on the Start button. In the pop-up window that appears, select DD image mode. You must do it. Then click on the OK button. Now it takes a few minutes for the flash drive to become bootable. Now the flash drive is bootable. Then close the Rufus software. Now you need to create a partition to install Kali Linux. Search partition in the search bar. Then click on the result and open it. Then disk management will open. It shows the number of disks and partitions you have. Click on a disk and click on the shrink volume option. You must create at least a 50 GB partition. But to create a partition here you need to enter the number of MB. Open the calculator. Multiply the number of GB you want by 1024. Then enter the answer in the space provided in the shrink window and click on the shrink button. Then a partition is created. Do not make it a new simple volume. Keeping it that way is mandatory. Now you have to restart the computer and install Kali Linux. Before you restart your computer, you need to know the key that opens the boot manager of your computer. The boot menu key varies from type to type of computer. I will put those keys in the description. Usually, the boot menu key on a computer is ESC, F2, F10 or F12. Now restart the computer and press the boot menu key to go to the boot menu. Then the bootable flash drive must be inserted into the computer. Then find your flash drive and press enter. Then an interface like this comes up. Select graphic install and enter. Follow me from now on. Select your language and press enter. Or you can press the continue button. Then select the settings you want. settings as you wish and enter a password. In the next partition method, select Manual and press Enter. Now select the partition you created and enter. The following partition settings must be set correctly. Follow me to it. Click on Create a new partition. Press Enter again. Now make the setting of the partition as follows. If the bootable flag option at the bottom is off, you must turn it on. So, enter on it and select the Yes button from the radio button that comes back. Then select Done setting up the partition and press Enter. Follow me again. This installation is almost complete now. Kali Linux takes a few minutes to install. Is now installed. Now you press the Continue button. Then the computer will restart. Remove the inserted flash drive and press the Boot Manager key again. Then press the Enter button on the Kali in the boot order. Then Kali Linux will boot. Now Kali Linux dual boot done. There is an error formatting the bootable flash drive. To resolve it, open CMD and run as administrator. Type disk part in the CMD and press the Enter button. Then type list disk and press Enter. Then type select disk and enter the flash drive disk number and press the Enter button. Finally type clean and press the Enter button. Then the flash drive will be clean. If you want to delete the Kali Linux partition, open Disk Management. Then right-click on the partition where Kali Linux is installed and click on Delete Volume. Then you can delete that partition. We meet again.